Good day everyone, this is Alvin again from the Philippines and welcome to my review of episode 3 of the SupraChat for Miss Supranational 2022. Welcome! So this is already my review of episode 3. So if you haven't seen my review for episode 1 and 2, they are already available on my YouTube channel. So you can just go ahead and check that out. And for the information of everybody, let me just remind you as well that there will be 2 winners for each group of the Super Chat. There are 8 groups. There will be 2 winners from each group. One will be voted by you through the Miss Supranational voting app, while the second winner will be voted by the judges who are watching these reviews, and it has already been revealed in the official Miss Supranational page that I am sitting as one of the judges as well. And yes, I have asked permission that I could be able to review this, and my purpose here is to help and hopefully share my commentaries, positive feedbacks, constructive criticism to the ladies on how they perform, and hopefully it could help them. So I'm super excited for this group because there's a lot of amazing ladies in this group, and I am super impressed, and I know many of you are very excited as well because there's some heavy favorites in this group. And the ladies for group 3 episode 3 were South Africa, Lalela, Mswane; Togo, Mathilde and Honyiglo; Namibia, Julita, Kitwe; Turkey, Sira, Sahilli; Belgium, Thanaree, Scheerlinck; Ghana, Sandrine, Kabore; Mauritius, Alexandrine, Belle-Etoile; and Cote d'Ivoire, Cadic and For the first, as a tradition for Super Chat, there are 3 rounds of question. For the first question, it's more of a personal question, and the question is basically coming from their own profile. I didn't give that much weight to this because it feels like it's a very easy question to answer. I am just looking more on how they interact based on the questions. But for the answer wise, I give more weight to the second question, which comes from the fans, and the last question, which is general question. Same question for everybody else. And for this group, the general question was, have we become less happy in this age of technology? Another very interesting question, and I am very fascinated because since episode 1, the general questions have been very interesting. It really tests the capabilities of these ladies in handling these interesting and tricky questions at the same time. So here's my ranking based on their performance, and again, this is just me based on my own personal preference. If you don't like my ranking, that's okay. There are still other judges that might affect the result, or you can also vote for your favorite in order for them to make it in the 2 winners for this round. Okay, so my number 8 goes to Turkey, Sira, Sahilli. She was asked what would she say to the young generation to make the world a better place. Well, I'll give it to her. She did answer the question by saying reading books and watching news, but then again, I need elaboration. It was just, I wanted them to watch news and read books. That's it. I wanted to hear more. What else and why? So in that case, I wasn't really convinced with her answer. I needed something that supports that answer. For the last question, I think that was her redemption. I wouldn't say it is a super strong answer, but it's at least much better than the first one. So I really hope that she will not do the same thing again with what she did on the second question, and hopefully she will speak more and elaborate her answers. My number 7 goes to Mauritius, Alexandrine, Belle-Etoile. She was asked how dangerous cancel culture is in the society. I do get her point, but overall I feel like it was a little bit confusing to listen to because I feel like there's some unnecessary things that could have been eliminated to make her presentation better. And that's what I would point as something that she really needs to work with. Additionally, it could have been better if she was more direct. For the last question, I like her points actually about how the progress in technology, which equips us with more skills, can make us happy in a different scale. But I didn't like how she ended. It felt unfinished, and she just giggled it off, which is a shame because I was really, really enjoying her response. And just like my number 8 Turkey, this last question was also her redemption. I just didn't like the ending and how she ended it. My number 6 goes to Ghana. Sandrine Kabore. She was asked if the person who hurts you the most and showed up at her door, what would you say? That was a question to her. Her response was actually very, very sweet. It was very, very nice. And I feel like it really came from the deepest part of her heart and what she truly stands for. Not just as a candidate, but as a human. So that was a really, really good answer. For the last question, I feel like she didn't dive into the question even further. I feel like her answer was a bit shallow. Even the example that she gave, which is this SupraChat activity, for example, I didn't find that convincing as well. So I really hope that she will assess herself again based on her performance on the last question, because it didn't really made that much impact on me. My number 5 goes to Belgium. Thanaree's Scheerlinck. She was asked if she believed in the phrase, if it's meant to be, it will be. It was an okay answer, and she was able to personalize it by saying that she lived by this quotation, which is good, but overall, I feel like it needs some more impact. She was able to answer it, but it didn't give that much appeal. The response felt a little bit empty in a way, and I was looking for something that would really impress me. She gave an answer. I felt empty in a way that it didn't connect with me. It didn't hit me. And that's the impact that we are looking for in this question and answer round. For the last question, it was very smart that she started with a statement that she can't speak for other people, then focused her answer based on her personal experience with technology. So that's a really good move, and I truly, truly appreciate her answer because of that start, because of that opening statement. My number 4 goes to Côte d'Ivoire. Cadic. She was asked about the social project she was working on and what does it mean to her. I commend her bravery. I commend her bravery and for bravely speaking about her experience being sexually abused. And what I commend her even more is that how she used her experiences to help other people. I appreciate that. For the delivery, I wish for her to improve on the delivery, raise the confidence level a little bit, and she'll be okay. For the last question, she gave a simple yet quite a good response actually. I like her delivery here compared to the second question. She's more confident and more engaging, and if she continue being this way when it comes to interviews, or at least even better, she can steer the rankings for sure. My number 3 goes to, this is a good surprise to me, TOGO. Mathilde Honyiglo. She was asked about one lesson that a woman can learn from a man. Actually, she gave a very, very interesting answer. I quite like it. However, she needs to work on her delivery next time. I feel like the nerves got into her, that she tends to repeat some words, but that's normal. That happened to us too. But if she'll expose herself more into more public speaking, I believe she can work it out and overcome those kind of adversity that she encountered when doing her speech. For the last question, I am once again impressed by her answer. She gave a very, very practical, very realistic, and an answer that is based on how we perceive technology. I really like her and the way she thinks. Once again, if she could improve her confidence in delivery and the way she presents her responses, she could actually be one of the good ones too. So I am keeping my eye on her. She may not be on top of everybody's list, but she could be a potential surprise. Now this is going to be very, very exciting because I feel like it's going to be a close fight for number 1 and number 2. It could actually go either way depending on how you view their responses, but for me, My number 2 goes to South Africa. Lalela Mswane, she was asked about her proudest moment and how it shaped her life. What an excellent response, and she certainly lived up to the hype that was given to her. She was able to elaborate on her answer, she was being herself, and she was very confident without sounding pageant patty. To me, it was a very, very smooth performance. For the last question, it was very apparent that her main strength was really on the delivery because she never loses that confidence in that commanding delivery when she speaks. When it comes to the content of her response, I like it, but I feel like I needed something more. Her last statement about being subjective was a satisfying ending though. But for someone like me who wish to hear some more elaboration and specific details, her answer left me unsatisfied by a tiny bit. I wish she elaborated on some things a little bit more. Although it was good, but if I compared her answer to my number 1, I think my number 1 got an upper hand. Which is why my number 1 goes, and my winner for episode 3 goes to Namibia. Julita Kitwe, she was asked about her opinion on women degrading others but are asking for women empowerment. This is actually a very interesting question, and after hearing the question I was looking forward to hear her thoughts about it, and honestly I was amazed at how honest she was. She was very frank with what she stands for, and I feel that she's very courageous for speaking out against it. What I love about her answer is that aside from directly responding to the question, she also connected how pageantry helped in empowering women, and that's just beyond fascinating. So kudos to her. I was actually clapping after her after her second answer on the second question. And for the last question, again, what an outstanding answer. I mean, she is really going to give Namibia another impressive placement this year. What I love about her answer is that she explored all boundaries in her response to make sure that all you needed to hear was already said. So that's a really good move. She explored her boundaries as what I have said in her response, and she showed and elaborated both sides and find a balance between the two. And what I love the most was her closing statement, where she talked about how it turned people jealous and envious, but she ended it by finding ways to turn that into something positive that would make us strive harder to be better. That was just so good. Honestly, she was the only candidate that, since episode 1, she was the only candidate that I applauded for all rounds of the question and answer. I mean, she was so good. And this is why Namibia got first runner-up, winner, and I feel like Julita Kitwe is such a great follow-up after the 2 amazing placements that I got. So that's it. This is my winner, and this is my ranking for episode 3 of SupraChat for Miss Supranational 2022. And I am looking forward to your commentaries because I'm pretty sure that we're going to clash in some of our ideas and thoughts about how they respond, but I truly respect your answer. Again, when it comes to this is very subjective. It depends on how you view things, but this is how I view it. So this is why I'm super excited and looking forward to your commentaries. So don't forget to leave your comments below. Don't forget to give a thumbs up and share the video as well. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe. And of course, let me just add on to this as well. Don't forget to vote for your favorite in the Miss Supranational app, okay? So thank you very much and have a wonderful day from the Philippines.